and today is June 10th, 2018, and we're going to go over the axial skeleton. I'm going to put a labeled photograph at the side as I go through this, just because I feel like even when I hold the skeleton up, I'm not, some of the details and some of the places that I'm pointing to, you're not seeing as well as I am in person. So I'm going to put the label photograph so you can tell in detail. And I'm also not using my finger because I feel like I cover up certain places with my finger, and I could give you a better view by just using the pen. So we're going to start off first with the anterior skull. And in the anterior skull, the frontal is right here. The lacrimal is right here. The sphenoid is right in there. The nasal, right here at this tip. Not to be confused with the vomer, which is this line. The nasal is right here at this tip. The ethmoid, which is right inside. The maxilla, right here. The zygomatic, which, as you can see, is right in there. If that is showing up, once again, if anything you can't see, please refer to the picture that I will put labeled. And this is the mandible. Are moving on to the posterior of the skull, which is the back side of the skull. This is the parietal right here. Right here. The occipital is right back here. More defined by this line, if you can see that. And then the temporal right down here. And then the mandible right here. Okay, everyone, now we're going to go over the lateral skull. Okay, we're going to start off with the front area of the lateral skull. So this is the frontal. The ethmoid, which is right here. Like I said, what you can't see, please feel free to refer to the picture, because I know that there are certain things that aren't picking up on camera. So the ethmoid is right here. The lacrimal is right there. The maxilla is down here. And then the nasal is right here. The mandible is right here. The zygomatic right here. The temporal right there. The parietal right here. And then the occipital, which is back here. I'm going to move on to the inferior skull. Be easier to show you this way. Okay, I think that's better. Ethmoid is right here. The frontal right here. The sphenoid is right. The sphenoid is right here. The temporal is right back here. Right back here in this area. The temporal. Parietal. Back here. The occipital. Right there. We're going to move on to the vertebral column. In the vertebral column, this is the atlas. The axis is right below it. And then below that, so we're talking about this region right here, is the cervical. The thorax vertebrae extends from this point right here to this point right here. And then we get down to the lumbar region, which is right, which extends down to the point where the sacrum begins, right here. Right at the end of the sacrum is the coccyx, and that is the vertebral column. Now we're going to move on to the thorax cage. First, starting off with the manubrium of sternum. The body of the sternum, right below it, if you can see there's a little line to separate the two. Your true ribs, which are the first 7. Then the pairs of false ribs, which are right here on both sides. And then the floating ribs, we call them floating ribs because they're only attached to the vertebrae. We're going to move on to the appendicular skeleton. We're going to first look at the pectoral girdle and upper limb. This is the clavicle. This is the scapula. This is the humerus. This is the ulna. And this is the radius. Now we are going to move on to the wrist and hand. The lighting is not helping because you can't really see things as well. That is why the diagram will be there for reference. Okay. I think this is as good as we're gonna get. The phalange, it's right here. The metacarpal, right here. The hamate, it's right here. The pisiform, right here. The triquetrum, right there. The lunate, right here at the bottom. The capitate, somewhat in the middle, closer to the hamate. The scaphoid is right here. The trapezium, right here. The trapezoid, right there. Then the sesamoid, which is right here. And that is your wrist and hand. Now we're going to move on to the pelvic girdle and lower limbs. Now, this is the ischium right here. The ilium right here. The pubic bone right here. The femur, being this long bone right here. The tibia right here. The patella right there. And the fibula right here. And that is the pelvic girdle and the lower leg. Now we're going to move on to the ankle and foot. This is a phalange right here. The metatarsal right here. A cuboid. The cuboid is going to be right here. The lateral cuneiform right here. The navicular right here. The calcaneus right there. The medial cuneiform right here. The intermediate cuneiform right here. And the talus right there.